Welcome to the evening psalm. We've reached Psalm 55 by Stony Paths, a version of the Psalms by Jim Cotter. And the image is from Sister Mary Stephen. She's entitled this image Overwhelmed. And Jim Cotter has entitled his version of this psalm as Days of Betrayal in the City. The refrain is this: Renew the covenant of your love, O God. May we in truth be your friends. In these days of turmoil, of restlessness and complaint, we accuse and betray one another, lashing out in the fury of pain. We set on one another with greed, we persecute with braying and clamour. We see slaughter and our hearts writhe, the horrors of dying overwhelm us. Violence reigns in the streets of the city. Vicious dogs snarl at the stranger. Fraud flits through the marketplace. Greed wins softly behind baize doors. My eyes flash wild with horror. My limbs quake and I cannot still them. My heart grows cold through fear. The ice of death grips me. I said, "Oh, for the wings of a dove that I might fly away and be at rest. I yearn to flee to the mountains, to make my dwelling in the wilderness. Oh, for a refuge of peace out of the blast of slander, far from the tempest of calumny, from the harsh wind of the double-tongued. For it was not an enemy who taunted me, or I might have been able to bear it. It was not a foe who was so insolent, or I might have hidden myself away. But it was you, my equal, my companion, my familiar friend. Ours was a pleasant harmony as we walked side by side to the house of our God. Renew the covenant of your love, O God. May we in truth be your friends. You have not kept your word. You have no love of God in your heart, and have broken the covenant you have sworn, deserting those who are at peace with you. Your mouth is as smooth as butter, yet war is in your heart. Your words are softer than oil, yet your sword flashes in the dark. My heart cries out in anguish and grief. Get out of my sight, you hypocrite. Go down in terror to your grave, you betrayer, for you have worked treachery among us. Yet how I yearn for the healing of pain, for a love grown cold to kindle again. I pray to you, God, that we may be reconciled, drawn again to the way of your justice. Humble the pride in us all, your love and your power constant forever. May we lift the weight of oppression. May our enemies release the spring of their traps. I cast my burden on you, O God, and you will sustain and encourage me. I will call from the midst of my groaning. You will redeem me to healing and peace. My heart has been so constricted, my affection so easily hurt. Yet your arms are wide and welcoming. In your presence we are relaxed and feel most strangely at home. Renew the covenant of your love, O God, that we in truth be your friends. So let us pray. O living God, whose love has been betrayed and denied over and over again, whose covenants have been torn apart, forgive our lack of trust and loyalty, and call us to yourself again, we who bear the marks of Judas and of Cain. In that psalm, Jim Cotter reminds us that we're all capable of doing awful things. We're all capable of betrayal. And yet, God is standing there with arms wide and welcoming. So my prayer is that you will take those words to heart of a God who welcomes us, who loves us, no matter what, so that we might have a quiet night and rise again refreshed in the morning, to renew our covenant of love with God.